Before we crack open tonight's cursed can of content, I just want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, and an extra sinister shout out to the loyal members of the Sinister Elite. You legends help keep the darkness alive. If you're enjoying the stories and want to take it a step further, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and consider joining the Sinister Elite by clicking that join button below. Members get access to creepy custom emojis and exclusive Sinister Elite badges that level up the longer you survive with us. It's like loyalty, but spookier. All right, lights off, headphones in, and let's summon something we'll all regret. You ever apply for a job high just because you thought the vibe would be chill? That's how I ended up on the night shift at Trader Joe's. It was either that or go back to landscaping for a guy who thought kombucha was a real medical treatment. Trader Joe's felt right. They had Hawaiian shirts, free samples during the day, and most of the crew looked like they either made candles or sold edibles on the side. My people. The job? Overnight stocking. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Just me, a couple other night owls, and endless crates of organic mango spears and cauliflower gnocchi. First night, the manager, some dude named Kyle with a man bun and cargo joggers, gives me a red radio and says, "Stick to produce and dry goods. And hey, don't freak out if you hear the bell." "The bell?" I ask, cracking open a pallet of peanut butter pretzels. He just smiles and says, "Yeah, you'll know it when you hear it." Okay. That night was smooth, honestly. Nothing weird. I stocked the snack aisle, scanned some expired almond flour, and spent my 2 a.m. break blazing in my car. Just me, Wu-Tang on low volume, and a tightly rolled little buddy I named Trader Smokes. Second night's when the weird kicked in. First, I kept finding carts parked in the aisles. Not like left there, like rolled halfway, just sitting. I'd hear a soft wheel squeak and turn around, and there'd be a damn cart behind me, loaded with cookie butter, 2 frozen salmon bags, and a bag of cat food we don't even carry. Then it happened. 2:14 a.m. A single ding rang out across the empty store, like someone tapping a crystal wine glass. I froze. The air felt pressurized, like I was underwater. My walkie crackled. Kyle's voice came through, dead serious. "Don't go near the back right aisle. It's open now." I laughed. I thought he was messing with the new guy. But then I looked up at the monitors above the registers. Camera 7, back right aisle, was fuzzed out like static. Camera 8 showed a shopper, a woman, pale, no cart, just standing, staring down the aisle at something I couldn't see. Trader Joe's closes at 9 p.m. There should not be a shopper in here, especially one that wasn't there 5 minutes ago. The thing is, she was barefoot, and the floor under her was wet. I blinked. When I looked back, the screen was normal. No one there. Aisle looked clean. I grabbed my radio and whispered, "Yo, Kyle, what the hell was that?" He responded like he was chewing granola mid-sentence. That's the hidden aisle. Rule number 1, don't look down the full length. Just keep stalking. It'll close again at 3:33. Then he casually added, "Also, don't eat anything from there, especially the glowing stuff." I set my box down and muttered, "What the actual f—" Then I heard footsteps behind me. I turned. Nobody there. Just a jar of corn and chili tomato-less salsa sitting dead center on the floor, glowing faintly red. I stared at the glowing salsa jar like it owed me money. Corn and chili tomato-less salsa. Why tomato-less? Who hurt you? I bent down to pick it up, half thinking it was just some bad LED glare from the fridge case behind me, but as soon as I touched the glass, it was warm. Not room temperature, not slightly cozy. Warm like it had been sitting in a sunbeam or just got pulled from a person. Yeah, that was enough Trader Joe's for the hour. I placed it gently back on the floor like it was a cursed urn and backed up toward the break room. I needed air, or snacks, or both. On the way out, I passed aisle 5, which should have been pasta and sauces. But tonight, It looked deeper, like the aisle just kept stretching with the lights flickering toward the far end like some haunted airport terminal. I remembered Kyle's voice. Don't look down the full length. I held my hand up like a horse with blinders and speed walked past it. My brake couldn't come fast enough. I hit the time clock at 2:25 a.m. and stepped out into the parking lot like it was salvation. My Subaru waited faithfully under a flickering pole light, dented, full of crumbs, and reeking of weed and Taco Bell wrappers. She was perfect. I climbed in, sparked up Trader Smoke's 2.0, and took a long pull. First exhale, I was finally chill again. Second exhale, I saw movement in the rear view. Someone, or something, was walking down the frozen foods aisle, visible through the front windows. They weren't carrying a cart. They were dragging a bag of frozen mandarin orange chicken behind them. I squinted, leaned forward. Who the hell shops like that? Then they turned toward the glass. Even from this far, I could see the eyes weren't right. They were too big. No shine. Just flat, black, bug-like, and locked on my car. I put the blunt out in my coffee cup and scrambled back inside like I'd forgotten how legs work. When I got back to the stock floor, it was quiet. Too quiet. Kyle was nowhere. The salsa jar was gone, and the monitors were showing static again. Then the radio crackled. Rule number 2. If a customer asks for mandarin orange chicken after midnight, pretend you didn't hear them. I turned around. A woman in a sun hat and yoga pants was standing by the freezer case, smiling politely. "Excuse me," she said, her voice syrupy and slow. "Where can I find the mandarin orange chicken?" I opened my mouth to answer. Pure instinct. Then I saw her feet. She didn't have any, just shadows where her ankles should have been. I nodded. Once. Said nothing. And walked directly to the sample station, where I pretended to restock tiny paper cups for nobody. I heard her say it again, behind me. "Where can I find the mandarin orange chicken?" This time I didn't just walk. I clocked out, grabbed my bag, told Kyle wherever he was that he could keep the whole damn store. I didn't sleep well that day. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw those flat black eyes staring at me through the Trader Joe's glass. And when I did finally pass out around noon, I dreamed I was standing in aisle 5, barefoot, holding a bag of frozen orange chicken that kept leaking red water down my arm. When I woke up, I told myself I was done. Screw the job. Trader Joe's can kiss my ethically sourced backside. But then I checked my bank account. $47. Not even enough for gas, let alone rent. So yeah, I went back in. Kyle greeted me at the door like nothing happened. "Yo, you made it back. I had $10 on you quitting." He grinned. I squinted at him. "You're weirdly chill about the nightmare aisle." He shrugged. "Pays better than Whole Foods." That night felt off from the start. First, the music kept skipping, like the store playlist was stuck on the same loop of Hall & Oates and the Stranger Things soundtrack. Second, someone left a half-eaten container of dark chocolate peanut butter cups in the break room fridge. I was starving. I'd smoked half a blunt before clocking in and forgot to grab dinner. That tray of chocolatey, salty glory looked like divine intervention. I grabbed one, just one. It tasted amazing, creamy, perfect. A little salty sweet hug to the brain. I sat back in the break room chair, blissed out, when I heard it. The chewing, not mine. From under the table. I leaned forward slowly and nearly screamed. A mouth was forming in the linoleum. No face, no head, just a gaping, chocolate-lined mouth slowly biting the air in perfect sync with me. I shoved my chair back so hard, I knocked over a box of seasonal tote bags. The mouth chewed twice more, then whispered, "You owe me another." I bolted, out onto the floor, away from the break room, past aisle 5, which of course was open again. Longer than usual. It stretched like it went underground now. I could see a flickering light at the far end, and a sign swaying gently above the aisle. It read, "Samples for returning customers." I turned to go the other way and almost ran straight into Kyle. He looked at me dead serious. "You ate the peanut butter cup, didn't you?" I didn't answer. "You broke rule number 3, he said. "They know your name now." You ever hear your own name when nobody's around? Not in a creepy ghost hunter kind of way. More like someone whispered it directly into your inner ear. That's what happened the moment Kyle said, "They know your name now." I heard it, whispered, from inside my walkie. "Dylan." I yanked the battery out and chucked the thing into a bin of organic bananas. Kyle didn't flinch. "You need to chill, man. Just finish your shift. Don't eat anything else. Don't talk to anything that talks first. And don't look at the dog." I blinked. "Dog?" He motioned toward produce like it was no big deal. "Yeah, you'll see." Then he walked off, sipping a green juice that definitely smelled like lawn clippings and regret. Naturally, I went to produce, and there it was, a golden retriever, just sitting between the arugula and the avocados. No leash, no collar, tongue hanging out, tail wagging, friendly as hell, except its eyes weren't right. They were human, like middle-aged accountant human. Brown, kind, slightly tired, like he just got back from Little League practice and a long divorce. I took a cautious step forward. "Hey, buddy." It looked at me. Then it spoke. "Dylan, you should have listened to the floor." I backed up so fast I knocked over a basket of kiwis. It stood, on 2 legs, just for a second, and grinned. "Next time, pay with your teeth." I ran. I ran like Trader Joe's was on fire and I was the arsonist. I ducked into the back room and slammed the metal door shut. My hands were shaking. I couldn't even light my blunt. I sat there, breathing like I'd just survived a bear attack, and heard a soft jingle behind me. I turned. Another jar. Corn and chile tomato-less salsa. It was glowing again. Only this time, it had a label taped on it. Someone had scrawled it in thick black Sharpie. "Do not shelve. Return to the hidden aisle." That's when the overhead lights flickered and a second voice came over the intercom, one that definitely wasn't Kyle. It said, "Attention night crew. We're opening early tonight. Please restock yourselves accordingly." Then every aisle light turned red. Red lights. Not like emergency lighting. I mean, every aisle light turned red like I'd accidentally wandered into a haunted boudoir sponsored by Trader Joe's. The floors looked darker. The air was heavier, like the store was holding its breath. And the hidden aisle? Wide open. It wasn't just longer than it should be anymore. It was impossible. It stretched straight back into something that didn't make spatial sense, like an optical illusion built out of shelf tags and fear. The glowing salsa jar was still in my hand. The label said, "Return to the hidden aisle." I did what every baked, sleep-deprived stock boy with a loose grip on reality would do. I marched straight into that aisle like I had a coupon. It was dead silent. No music, no fans, no ambient hum from the freezers, just rows of products that weren't quite right. Everything but the soul seasoning. Fearless vegan meat, now with less screaming. Organic water, cursed. And further down, shoppers. Dozens of them, all standing still, facing away like mannequins that just hadn't finished loading yet. Each one held a red basket full of glowing jars. They didn't move, but I heard them breathing. Slow, wet, too synchronized. I backed up, but my shoes were stuck. The floor had turned to carpet. Trader Joe's doesn't have carpet. Then I heard the voice again. But this time, it was me. "Dylan, shelf yourself." The shoppers turned. Their faces weren't human. They looked like old, wrinkled shopping bags stretched too tight over meat. One raised a basket and offered me an empty slot between frozen section coupons and a pack of fear-flavored mochi. I panicked. I grabbed a jar of organic prayer paste and chucked it at the nearest one. The aisle screamed. Literally. Like the walls had lungs. The lights exploded in a flash of white, and then silence. The aisle was gone. I was lying in the middle of the store, back in regular light. Kyle was crouched next to me, chewing gum and holding a paper towel with melted salsa on it. "You made it back," he said. "Not bad." I sat up, groaning. "What the hell is this place?" He helped me to my feet and handed me a bottle of water. "It's Trader Joe's, man. People think it's just snacks and friendly vibes." He pointed to the floor where the hidden aisle had been. But under it, there's something ancient and hungry. I stood there in aisle 3, still shaking, still tasting peanut butter and terror. Kyle leaned against a pyramid of tortilla chips like he hadn't just dropped a cosmic bomb on me. "The hidden aisle's been here since the first store opened," he said. "It feeds off customers, or staff, or whoever breaks the rules. So why do we keep the place open?" I snapped. He shrugged. "It's Trader Joe's. Benefits are decent." That's when I saw it, my reflection in the freezer door. But it wasn't me. Not fully. My eyes were too black, my smile a little too wide. I'd been marked. "If I leave, will it follow me?" I asked. Kyle nodded. "Unless you give it something else. Something worse." That's when the idea hit me. I ran to the break room, yanked open the fridge, and pulled out the one thing no one in the store would ever willingly eat. Those damn pre-packaged kale wraps. Dry, sad, and as flavorless as an unpaid intern. I sprinted to the back corner, just as the floor began to ripple again, the hidden aisle opening one final time. I chucked the kale wrap down the aisle like a sacrificial offering. The lights dimmed. The shoppers shrieked. Then, silence. Gone. All of it. No more red lights, no more salsa jars, no dog with divorced dad eyes, just normal, peaceful, overly cheerful Trader Joe's. Kyle walked up beside me. "You gave it something that truly had no soul." I grinned. "You're welcome." They promoted me 2 days later. I still stock shelves. I still take my 2 a.m. breaks in the Subaru with Trader Smokes 3.0. But now when the bell chimes at 2:14, it just means someone's heating up the microwave. For now.